Hello, everyone, and welcome to Empowering Women in Chiropractic. I am your host, Dr. Natalie Bosha. Thank you so much to ChiroSecure for putting those shows together for us as chiropractor to gain some insight and know what other people are doing in our profession. I know I'm always inspired listening to other hosts. So we're going to dig right into the topic of my conversation today. And I want to talk about spring cleaning. And yeah, you can say, Natalie, it's towards the end of spring. But I want to talk about how we can clean up our patient experience and clinic processes. And why it's top of mind for me right now is because we are doing this at my own clinic. So always something that I like to do, obviously in the new year, but this time of the year as well. So I want to focus on three major things: how to enhance patient experience. We're going to talk about how we can streamline office operation, because let's face it, things change at a rapid pace. So you need to always look at your procedure. And we're going to talk about innovative marketing strategy and kind of looking at it to see if we need a little bit more of a refresh. So starting fresh, there's always the nice feeling that we have when we're in front of a blank piece of white paper, for some of us that are still using pen and paper. But point being is, once a year at least, if not twice, I like to sit back either by myself or with my team after and say, okay, let's revisit all the processes in the office. So we always have to go back to the drawing board with any business. And as I mentioned, lots of people are doing it in January, which I do from more of a numbers point of view and goals and projection. But the summer, I find, or the beginning of summer, because I do hire a lot of students, I have a little bit more men/woman power available to me. So it's a great time to clean things up. And let's face it too, we need to stay ahead, in our community, and we need to make sure that our patients are raving fans and are satisfied. So enhancing patient experience, what truly is a great patient experience? And I think every patient's definition is going to be different. I'm a big fan of the DISC profile, the personality profile. So I think anytime you have different type of personality, which is all the time, we need to address things with their personality, because someone who's an I and really outgoing, they're going to love, the interaction, and, that they feel like, they've like the sitcom Cheers, where they're home, but yet the busy, or very analytical person's like, okay, let's get them in and out. They have other things to do. So the patient experience has a multitude of layers. Obviously, the impact on patient satisfaction and loyalty of them making referrals to your practice, and also the importance of a personalized approach. So looking at this here, let's start with the our first patient's touch point, if you want. So the website is usually the first contact, and they might have seen you on social, but the website is where they're going to go and check you out. And more, I'm sure you're experiencing that. People are researching us. They're digging deep in our website. They want to know who their potential doctor is going to be. So just make sure that your website stay fresh, stay current, positions you as an authority. This is a screenshot of mine. I'm currently the only chiropractor. So that's why I did this. But yet, even if I had other chiropractors, I might put a picture of the team. We want to really humanize things. People also are going to look at your Google reviews. This is one thing that, again, when people go to eat, they'll look at the reviews of the restaurant. They do the same thing for us. So really important to have system in place to, get review. Well, first of all, do a great job to get those reviews, but let people know that we would really appreciate if they left reviews. First phone call, so that goes to front desk and training and all of this. And this is something that, I always have scripts for everything in the office, but my staff, my team knows that there's flexibility. We don't want them to sound like robots, but there are certain key points that in the conversation that need to be hit, because otherwise we might be missing some information. Online booking, it is 2024, so if you don't have online booking, you're making it a bit harder for patients to book. Now I know that for us, we have kind of an hybrid, that the online booking for new patient is a complete different button that they press, and it is an inquiry, but I have a staff that will phone, within the, probably 2 to 3 hours maximum. So having that fast speed of getting back to them, either via email or phone, I think is crucial. And the friendliness of your team members. The member is not man. It is being cut by the screen. So my apologies for that. But again, when people come in, especially in the healthcare system, and I'll call it more the crisis healthcare system, people that are working in it are busy and overworked, and it's not a nice warm feeling necessarily all the time. So to be able to separate yourself from other places that people will go where it'll be very unpersonalized and cold, then I think is a big thing. Online forms, again, making it really practical for people. Now, taking in consideration for your older clientele that, pen and paper will be what they're going to want to do. Ease of processes. Are you making, again, it too hard for people to get into your office? Now, there could be some conversation about making sure that the right people are booked in your practice, that they are a good fit. So, you have your own training scripts and so forth. Then on the first day, again, the friendliness of your team, the efficiency of the front desk, our waiting time. I know that I always know that my processes are lacking somewhere when I'm running more behind. We still do an office tour with set areas that we want to introduce to the new patient. And then also your brand, your mission, your vision, your purpose. Where do you have it in the rooms, or, that feeling when they come in, that's like, wow, this is a place that I feel good and I want to be part of. The credibility and inspiration of confidence. I know myself, I have kind of a wall with all the diplomas and certain accomplishments that I've accomplished in my community. And then unique addition. We always have flavored water, warm cup of herbal tea. So, you guys have all different things, but that first day, I think, is really crucial. So again, sit back with your team and say, okay, have we dropped the ball on certain things? Can we do, something a little bit different to add another quick touch? And then day number 2, I personally do day 2 and day 3 for, my process. You might do everything on that day, but, make sure that your folders are professional. We do use the Insight Subluxation for core score. So this is a great folder that we use. I still like to do a knee-to-knee report of finding. I still want to set clear expectation about what to expect from their care, and pre-framing the chiropractic adjustment, because oftentimes people are used to physical therapist, massage, and I like to have that conversation from the get-go that, it's not because we spend a shorter amount of time that what we're doing is, not valuable. So changing that mindset or that paradigm from the get-go. And again, after the person gets adjusted, obviously we review everything, gets adjusted, the front desk also for booking their next appointment and their excitement. And then on day 3, again, I do mine in 2 segments, just works better for me, but I really want to be clear on my findings. The findings impact on their health and well-being, short-term, long-term, and then having them fill out what I call a choice of care, because I want to provide people the best care, but if they're not ready to do, let's say, a corrective care plan or a wellness care recommendation, then I'm going to start where they are at. Now, I am setting again the expectation. This is not, a quick fix. You might get some relief, but again, this is a conversation, and I think when we have it at the beginning, the patient experience, I think, is better because it removes potentially the financial stress that people might have. It removes the time commitment. Again, not to say that I will, lower my recommendation, but setting the outcome from those expectations. And then other services you might offer or modalities to support their care. And again, the certainty of the team member when following with other appointment. Now let's jump in. And again, this is kind of what's happening in my clinic. So revisit your patient experience. And it's kind of fun actually to say, okay, what else can we do to wow people even more? Now, office operation, benefit of it being streamlined is the efficiency, and we do have to review quite a bit, leveraging more technology when we can. So updated processes, it is easy to fall behind. Just had the conversation with my bookkeeper about half an hour ago that, we need to do an inventory and an audit of, to see if we're efficient. And then also implementing best practices for the chiropractic profession, because there are some rules and regulation that we need to follow. So we all have, we're from different states and different provinces or even different countries. So those best practices will be different, and we need to be in line with those best practices and yet in line with what is going to be the best experience for the patient. Staff training is pretty crucial. I know that once we do, major overhaul, or if we change many things, it's important that we make sure that all the team members, depending if you have part-time or full-time, a little bit easier if you have full-time people. And then integrating new tools. Again, there is so much available, it cannot actually become overwhelming, but even our own electronic health records, they keep adding things, and I even feel like I'm behind on the capacity or the potential of the software to make things more seamlessly. So I know that my EHR is providing webinars, so I'm getting one of my staff to get on the update seminar to see, hey, what is the software able to do that we may not be leveraging? Appointment scheduling and reminder. I think by now everybody is using some form of automation, which is great. And then AI-driven administrative task. I mean, I can talk about AI, which I think I did an entire show a while back on it, leveraging technology to make it more efficient. And that might be, very different angles when it comes to the repetition of the administrative task. And also the use of software for educational campaigns and funnels. So what I mean by this is I've written book myself, and I'm sure you guys have tons of content on either, the chiropractic process, pillows, beds. It could be some of you might be focusing more on functional medicine and nutrition and exercise, whatever your practice is about, leveraging campaigns that are already scheduled and that you can position or enter a specific patient and one that will be really valuable for them. So this is key. You create it once, and then everybody gets on the sequence and on the funnel. Then when it comes to marketing strategy, we could have a long conversation, but it's just overall important to keep a strong online program, presence, and engage within the community that it is, getting involved in organization, creating wellness expo, attending different fairs. And if you're at a point that you're not doing it yourself, it could be part of people on your team. And another big one too is leveraging our current patient for referrals. This is something that, that alone can really help us, have a more ideal patient and have patients we enjoy working with even more so. So updating our web presence, make sure that you're not not too busy, that your website doesn't get, we put this, and at the end of the day it's like, wow, this website is busy. So we need to clean it up. It needs to be mobile friendly, for sure. And then spending some good quality time or with a professional that can help you with your SEO, because at the end of the day, Google does do a lot of the searching. Mind you, that's probably going to change a little bit with the other AIs coming down the pipeline, but for now, still very valuable. Social media engagement, regular relevant content that is specific and is talking to your audience. Again, keywords are important. Online reviews, encouraging and managing patients' feedback. So if you're not straight up asking for it, do you have a system in your sequence that people are texted or emailed that we appreciate your referral and so forth, kind of an autopilot? And I know many companies will offer that either with your patient management system or as an add-on. And then obviously Google and Facebook advertising, and that one, boy oh boy, is changing by the day. So you have to really stay on top and monitor your return on investment with those, and make sure that you're getting qualified and patients that you can actually help. And then embracing new technology in terms of, again, just giving more value to your patient. I'm a big fan of webinars. I do them regularly. My patient really seem to love it. And I'll just pick a topic that is relevant to them, get great feedback. I even put it evergreen for them for at least a week to watch if they miss it. And then just next week, we're doing a 7-day health challenge and attached to it a private Facebook. I've done that in the past. Our challenge is starting this Sunday. Again, just to create something to talk about, something to with your patient when they're in the office. And with this, we did ask other friends and family if they want to join you, so you can do this with an accountability partner. So just a different way, more online, to reach a bigger audience. Video marketing, obviously, very important to showcase your services and expertise. And again, just leveraging AI in general. I know that sometimes if I feel stuck on something, I need some ideas. It's pretty cool what you can put in there, and it will, oh yeah, I used to do this, and this would be a good and interesting idea. So leveraging that, I think, can be quite powerful. And then patient education in general, what you can automate. These are some of the ones that I've done. For years of doing a in-person doctor's report, I switched it now to have a virtual one online, which is a hidden link. Not everybody can see it from the website, but this is very much part of our process. We also have a wide continued care video when patients, are finished with a section of their care and so forth. And then chiropractic lifestyle educational email campaign. So as I mentioned, I have tons of content from being a book author. I have a book that is specific to lifestyle to support their chiropractic care. And then I have some that it might be more specific geared to brain health or gut health and so forth. So it's kind of fun to create. And then, like I said, you create the campaign and you don't have to think about it. And patient really appreciate the content, and you can personalize it in a way that if somebody comes in and they have gut issue, well, you put them in the gut campaign. If they come in and they have major inflammation, well, you put them in the inflammation campaign. So this way, I feel like I'm supporting my patient a little bit more specifically to what they would, like in terms of other information. Automation with nutritional plans through an application. This is something that I don't do for all patients, but if I know a patient needs specific help with their nutrition, I'll do that. We also leverage an exercise app as well. One of my team members does that. And then for us, we even have an app for the clinic that is in conjunction with the book that I've written for my patient called Fired Up and Feeling Great, 10 key strategies to be pain-free and full of energy. So it's very appropriate to the process. So I kind of jokingly say sometimes that I'll do my work and when you come into the office, but with my adjustment, but everything that's in that book will support your lifestyle when you're not in the office. So they seem to really, really appreciate. And then lastly, I thought I would put together a few technologies and platforms that I use, probably not a full list, but just to give you an idea. Vimeo, if I need to have a video not seen by everyone, but obviously YouTube will do the trick as well. Infusionsoft, now called Keep, for my email provider. If I were to start from scratch again, I probably wouldn't go to such an extensive platform because it is a beast. But I've had it for so long that, you know, I know it quite well, and it does campaign very nicely. Webinar Jam as well is a platform that I use to deliver my webinar. It's awesome, and it's great return on my investment, honestly. JotForm is a HIPAA compliance form system that I've developed for new patient intake and questionnaire and so forth. So it's great. And even for new patient requests, it's pretty elaborate. Canva, obviously, for graphic. Teamwork is a platform similar to Basecamp that we use for the clinic itself for our communication. Google Drive as well, but again, rules and regulation depending on the information that you're putting there obviously needs to be private. And ChatGPT for content, I think I would be, you should be pretty much knowledgeable about ChatGPT, that it is to trigger some ideas, to make a text that you wrote better. It is pretty awesome. MemberVault is where I have a membership platform, again, for people that want to dig deeper with the book that I've written and do an online course. And for supplementation, I use Design for Health and FullScript as well. So those are tools that I like and making my life easier. So again, there's other ones that you can use, but in big gist of things, this is what I would suggest that you investigate or find something that is similar. They can add up, so you want to be strategic. I know a lot of people now are using Go High Level, and again, if I was starting fresh, I would probably go with such a platform because it has a lot of different components. I've been doing this for long enough that I had to figure out, okay, what's the best this, what's the best this, what's the best this, and then kind of, you know, make it work together. But there are some platforms that are a lot more encompassing now. So if you're new into this or newer in practice, I think it would be well worth it. So if you have any questions, don't feel free to reach out to me. And I hope that, you know, going through this gave you kind of fresh ideas for spring cleaning to enhance your patient experience, streamline your office operation, and revitalize your marketing a little bit. Because we always have, like I said, any business, we always have to revisit what we're doing for ourselves, for our team, and for our patients to see, hey, can we do better? Have we dropped the ball on a few things that we used to do that we should be doing? And then to adapt to, you know, the year 2024, where people are used to have things very quickly. And I always have a conversation. I don't care how efficient a car mechanic is or a computer repair person, the body takes time to heal. But these are all conversations that we can have in the office and try to automate everything else as much as possible. So I hope you took, you know, the information and give you some ideas to revitalize your office for the spring, and just do an audit and an inventory with your staff. And like I said, make it fun. So this was Dr. Nathalie Beauchamp with the show Empowering Women in Chiropractic, done by ChiroSecure. Thank you and have a great day.
Join us each week as we bring you the best in business growth, practice management, social media marketing, networking, leadership, and lots more. If it's about women in practice and business, you'll hear it here. This has been a Chiro Secure production.